I just want you to feel your squeeze of your abdomen to bring your knee up and back. Keep your body square, don't use your upper body, up and back. That's all. I just want you to have the compression of your stomach and the drive of your leg. Upper body relaxed but not tight, and you're just driving and coming down. It's such a simple movement that you can easily see when you do something extra. Cross is much more about taking things away that you don't need rather than adding things that you don't need. You understand? All I'm trying to get you to do is this. Make Shizentai. This is Shizentai, right? Kind of core engaged, good posture. This is Shizentai. This is the basis of all karate, maintaining the Shizentai. And then we find a stance that makes us want to break that Shizentai. No, we have to fight against that. Then we find a hip movement that tries to make us break that Shizentai. No, we have to fight against that. And then we find kind of dynamic movement which makes us try to break that Shizentai. We want to break our line through that. We're just trying to find constantly increasingly more difficult ways to do nothing. You understand? So when you do this, then of course the natural tendency is that you want to open up. You want to lean back a little bit. You want to kind of go, hey, whatever you want to do. Okay, you've got to fight against that and just maintain that form. So you're kind of controlling that. So again, don't misuse your upper body. I want you to maintain showman. I want you to kind of drive with this leg and then in the time muscle squeeze. Drive, squeeze. This drive, squeeze feel. Understand? It's not about distance. It's about maximum expansion, maximum contraction, and the shorter gap as possible between those two. First one, keep your back straight, knee up. Second one was drive with that leg. Okay, third one, keeping your upper body kind of motionless. So you're actively keeping it still. Of course, as you start to move, your hands will want to move. So you've got to actively keep that hand still. Doesn't mean relax. As you relax, it'll move somewhere. It means kind of switching on and off muscles to keep it where it is. And the fourth one is going from that maximum point of expansion to the point of contraction. So you're just simply doing all those things. You're driving smoothly moving forward. All you're doing is maintaining that shizen. Slowly this squeezing and stepping in. Okay? Squeeze, step, knee. Sa. Shin. Quite a lot of you are doing one or two things. Either you're allowing yourself to move, to morph into hamni. So you're going hamni and then finishing off showman at the end. I mean, I'm exaggerating, but quite a lot of you are doing this. Other people are allowing the leg to go forward and then your body kind of catches up. I want you to kind of keep your center, keep your center line constantly moving. So when you're going forward, you're kind of constantly over that leg and you're settling that leg. Kind of this movement, you know it's wrong. Like when you do it fast, you're just, boom, you're driving in. So you're recreating that fast movement slowly. Drive. I'm already in. Jodan, Chan, yeah? A little bit Chan. Chudan, simple. Yidan, well, that starts a little bit off. People start to lean forward a little bit, yeah? I want you to just lock that hip in, exactly the same. Yoko, like if you've morphed into Jukamai, this Yoko one will be difficult. If you're still in Kihon, well, that fist is already pointing that way. Fist and elbow is pointing that way, so just connect in to your hip. Like Kizamazuki feel. That's all you're doing. Again, don't become flicky. Make sure it's coming up and coming round this way as you lock into stance before coming back. Last one is not this. Fist and elbow first. Round. Locking into stance before you come back. So it's Jodan, Chudan, Gidan, Yoko, Age, rotate. This is kind of a theme that kind of goes through. So, and use gravity to pull you down. Just drop. Don't step. Too many people are stepping. If you step, it's going to take longer. Just have a sense of your center dropping immediately down this thing. And then you're using this leg to immediately come back. If you step and then you push back, it's going to take forever. You just want to drop down, push up. That's all. Understand? Okay. Other thing is that, like again, 45 degrees, so you're not over twisting, so make sure that your hands are facing this way. And then when you block, you're covering Jodan. Don't come direct. Jodan block to this point. So you go from here to here. As you return, have a sense of blocking jaw and Sokuka. Next one, I'm just going to make a straight line stance. Look, I'm on this red line. I'm going to make a straight line stance to get on. Barai. This is Zenkutsu, not Zenkutsu Dachi. Just Zenkutsu. And then from here, I'm going to pivot on the ball of my foot to make Kagezuki. A little bit of movement. I am shifting my power in with the punch, not making Zenkutsu and then coming back. So of course, there's that up and down movement, of course. But what's more important is the tightening of the stance, the quick rotation of the hips, or the control of the hips, where you're not rotating to its extreme but holding in place. So from here, you're using your hips for sure, you're using your stance for sure, but you're not over-rotating. Just drop and lock that stance in, and then kind of coming back to this point. Then it's such a small, subtle movement to make shoulder and handing to this straight line stance. And then again, this drive your hip in to make kibarachi. So again, maintaining that form, maintaining that kind of integrity of your stance. And like we said in the Kihon, being in your stance rather than on your stance. Ease against it, and once you reach that point, you can use all your power. Okay, then we're already within the basics talking about this Agizuki. So you've got to make that strong stance. This is a non-linear punch. It's not straight. So you've got to have a really strong core in order to manage that punch. Understand? Otherwise, you'll just end up punching Jodan Gakuzuki because your stance can't go with it. So you've got to really work on that sense of being in your stance rather than on your stance. Hikite is super important, but make sure that the foundation is strong enough to hold on to that punch. Okay, next thing, like we talked about this drive a lot in the basics, try not to overly stamp. This is not a stamp. So you're driving in, but it's not a feeling. There's people who are kind of trying to create power by making sound. Like for sure, sound is energy, but it's not the type of energy you want to create. You can feel it, you can hear it, but it's not karate power. So just drive, just like we practiced. There's driving, squeezing. There's no sense of kind of heaviness there. Understand? Okay, then last point is this technique. Two things. Firstly, don't over-rotate. This makes it weak. Okay, also, don't make it over long and over leaning. This is too exaggerated. It's just kind of like slightly longer normal, but like not overly leaning. Just blocking Gidan-Barai. And then from here, you're using your hip to pull back into Gidan-Barai. The more you do this, the weaker it becomes. The more you do this, the more disconnected the shoulder becomes. So don't end up in this position. You might think it looks nice, you might think it feels nice, it is not connected. You want to have that connection. And then it's only through this fast twitch that you can pull back and make Gidan-Barai properly. So maybe you'll make a little bit longer stance than normal, so there will be a little bit of pullback, but feel like this is completely connected. That if I went like that, it would be Gidan-Barai. Gidan-Barai, right? I'm just moving my stance. I'm not. This would feel completely disconnected, and you'd feel it straight away. Understand? Awesome. So, feel like Gidan-Barai 45 degrees, shift your stance. This is the point. Then from here, fast twitch to pull into Gidan-Barai. Actually, what's better than theatre is quality. If you do something with quality, then people are much more able to see that and judge that and appreciate it. But like without quality, you have to rely on the theatre. So understand? So kind of. Whoa, that felt good. It's just theatre, yeah. Much rather just kind of concentrate on the mechanics and get good at that, because they can forever improve on that. You can ever refine it and hone it, rather than the superficial level of just making it. First of all, you'll maintain the same height right through to the sequence. No up and down, no dropping up and down. Okay, secondly, you'll kind of maintain and control that foot at all times. Both when it lands in the kibarachi, the first movement, and the last movement after the ki when you're kind of moving. And then you're kind of synchronizing your hands and feet together. Smooth transition into that form. Okay, maintain that height. Then hand first, then hand and foot going out the same time. Then, this way. Understand? Yes. Try to kind of have that complete control. Remember, this kata is about control of your stance. And like this dynamic rapid movement whilst your stance stays solid. Not kind of falling. I want you to have this sense of connection then feeling of feet, feet, knees, elbows squeezing together before releasing. This squeeze and release feel. You understand? As opposed to open, open. Open, open. So from this point to the kata, at this point for the kata, you're coming through that center. You're not opening your leg, your knee's going to touch, your elbow's going to touch, and your thigh muscles touch. You're getting this squeeze, then open into this point. Then you're recreating that same feeling before you do this. And then climbing on one more time. Don't be over flamboyant. Don't be like this. Also, don't just be short. Like if I want to kind of punch someone uppercut, I don't punch them from here. You kind of allow your shoulder to come in and then let it go, yeah? It's that type of feeling that you're trying to create. So don't be like Popeye, kaboom, but don't be short either. It's somewhere in between. It's just a balance, yeah? So have this little bit, release your shoulder and then round and in. And make sure closure of your stance is the closure of your armpit, is the closure of your hand. The next part, there's a lot of tension here. All you're going to do is release. As you do, drag this leg with you. Release, step. That's not me, step, step. That's me releasing my hips and then stepping into stance. A lot of people will kind of superficially replicate that. There's a world of difference, yeah? I am pulling my hip back. As I do, I'm just dragging my leg with it and getting that compression. At the same time, releasing my hands to have this smooth transition. Then the last part, please don't do this. Please don't step and then rotate into forward. Like we practice this in the Kihon, yeah? Just this ability to step forward, maintaining shomin. As I reach halfway, my hands are halfway. And then I finish the technique. That's all I'm doing. Thump, thump, grabbing, and really here, really, and then boom! That's why this leg's important. You're pushing, boom! Putting all your weight on this leg, boom! Throwing him. Before taking care of something else. Okay? How do you practice throwing? We can practice punching without having anyone there. We can practice walking without anybody there. How do you practice throwing? By throwing yourself.